Sup, ladies and gentlemen, Akalon here, and welcome back. And of course, as always, joined by Alpocalypse. Alpocalypse, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, dude. I'm doing good.
Let's get into the first story for today. It is a bit of a news update. Soul Ash, the drops from Torghast, have been massively increased in patch 9.1. In fact, Torghast will be dropping 82.5% more Soul Ash per week than it did before, which I think is absolutely insane if you think about it. So they say here, just to give you the exact news here, in patch 9.1, Torghast will be dropping a maximum of 82.5% more Soul Ash per week. The existing 8 layers have their Soul Ash rewards increased by 50%, and the additional 4 layers will provide more Soul Ash. This brings the total amount of Soul Ash per wing to about 1,040, up from 570. Which is ridiculous.
It is. It is. I mean, they've realized they fucked up. They realized they time-gated things far too much, and they're just trying to backtrack on that now, and it's not going to work. It's not going to cut it, unfortunately.
I think my biggest issue with this is, and this goes into another topic that I actually want to discuss tonight during the Twitch stream, if I have some time, although I don't think I will. But, One of my, so I've been sort of working behind the scenes on a new video talking about why MMOs fail in the modern day, and one of the main reasons is catch-up mechanics. Now, I don't mean that as there should be no catch-up mechanics. Modern day MMOs, World of Warcraft is a good example of this, introduces catch-up mechanics because their content is so mind-numbingly boring that if they didn't provide players with a way to catch up, players would just not do the content, right? You can imagine if you started a brand new character and you had to go through 12 or 15 weeks of renown farm just so that you could catch up with everyone else, because there was no catch-up mechanic for renown. The fact that renown already has a catch-up mechanic right from the start of Shadowlands tells you the Blizzard themselves know that this is a pretty boring grind. This is something that people are not going to be spending twice in. And that's the fundamental issue. Now, bringing it back to Soul Ash. So, first and foremost, what Blizzard is doing now with the Soul Ash is they're incentivizing players even harder to go into Torghast. Because, again, it's clear at this point, they have zero belief in their system. They do not think that Torghast can stand on its own 2 feet. So they're increasing Soul Ash significantly over, what we saw in 9.0. Not only that, they're allowing players to finish Torghast far quicker. So let's say Torghast would have lasted 8 weeks before people had all of their legendaries. Torghast might now only last 2 or 3 weeks before players are no longer forced to actually partake in a fucking system that you touted as sort of one of the central themes of the expansion, right? This was one of the central parts. The Maw and Torghast was supposed to be this end game progression thing, and now you're just saying, well, it's so shit that we'll just let players skip it quicker.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? And I mean, we spoke about it last time, and I left a comment on one of your videos as well, is that Blizzard have stopped making overarching games. They really have. It's not like the systems in Wrath became the systems in Cata, which they did. It's now a case of each expansion is its own individual thing. It's a new game. It's a DLC. It's not an expansion anymore.
Yes.
And that's the big problem, is that they're treating it entirely like a new game. So you have to have new characters, you have to have new stories, you have to have new everything, and that's not the case. You're designing an MMO that should be consistent. It should progress. It should move on, and they don't do that for some reason. And I don't know why they have this need to stay self-contained. And it's just getting worse. You now see it in individual patches, let alone like expansion-wide.
Yeah, we have progressed. You're very correct. We've progressed to a place where every patch nullifies all previous patches, which again, what we spoke about last week and the week before. basically what they're saying is if you want the optimal experience, wait till 0.3.
Yeah, wait until the next expansion is announced and then come play the game. Like, that's genuinely what I did with BFA, was I waited until Shadowlands was announced and I was like, we should probably level some characters so I can actually play Shadowlands. And then I experience BFA. And you don't have to experience 8.1 or 8.2 if you start in 8.3. You just start in Nazjatar and you're done. Like,
exactly. It's everything is being nullified. Everything is being sort of dragged down by their system designs, and the truth is they can change these systems at a whim. They are literally the people who made these systems, so it would be very easy for them to say, okay, we're removing Soul Ash from Torghast, and while Torghast will not launch in its final form in 9.1, we will get the final form of Torghast. So I personally, and this is, again, this stream isn't just going to be Ash bashing Blizzard. We actually
There's
have
always a portion
stuff
of it, of course.
But. But here's my biggest thing with it is I have a huge problem with Blizzard's insistence on patch cycles. Why must you wait for a massive patch to fix something like Torghast? Why must players now wait 6 months to a year to get their hands on 9.2 so that they can finally get a fixed version of Torghast? Why not just work on it and release when ready? Right?
Yeah.
Release it when it's ready. Announce. What I would do if I was Blizzard is I would literally announce tomorrow on Twitter, by the way, guys, we're removing Soul Ash from Torghast. It's clear this experiment did not fucking work. What we're going to do for the next few months is we're going to go and we're going to fix Torghast to the point where people would want to play it, and it's just a fun thing to do. Right now, there's some cosmetics that you can get in there, but that's it. And then you come out whenever it's ready. You come out with the new and improved Torghast, a system that players can actually partake in, and they want to partake in. You know, personally, I feel like that would be a far better system.